Part 2 of our focus on the late Roosevelt Rosie Douglas, as we observed the 24th year since his passing on 1st October 2024. Did you know Made Possible complements your nation station national broadcaster DBS Radio. Up next, we'll bring you the DBS Major Morning News.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
This morning's headlines: the Dominica Association of Teachers observes World Teachers' Day with a rally at Dubla this morning. In news from the region and the Cayman Islands, to ask voters whether to ease marijuana laws, and U.S. dock workers have suspended their port strike until January. Well, good morning. I'm Gavin Richards with the DBS Major Morning News. The details right after this.
The range of Kin juices are 100% natural with no added sugar. Kin offers a range of refreshing juices which are enriched with vitamin C and no added preservatives. Delight yourself in one of Kin's nectars or treat your little ones with a Kinita box drink at a refreshingly low price today. Kin, the juice in our lives. Sold at major supermarkets island-wide. Distributed by Fine Foods Inc.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
DBS News.
Welcome back. First up in the news this morning, the Dominica Association of Teachers observes World Teachers' Day with a rally at Dubla this morning. The president of the Dominica Association of Teachers, Mervyn Alexander, says the Teachers' Day rally will include several activities.
On Friday, October 4th, teachers from across the island of Dominica will gather at Dubla to celebrate World Teachers' Day. As in all things, we put God first. So the day will begin with an ecumenical service at the Dubla Roman Catholic Chapel, with prayers and exaltation by Pastor Hilton of the Church of the Nazarene, a sermonette by parish priest Father Conan Shillingford, prayers by teachers, a performance by the junior dancers of the Flamboyant Dance Troupe, and a brief address by the president of the DAT. 7 retired teachers will also be recognized at the ceremony. After this, we will then move to the Dubla playing field for outdoor and indoor sporting activities.
President of the Dominica Association of Teachers, Mervyn Alexander. Liquidator for the Boetica Cooperative Credit Union, Phoenix Belfield, is hoping that operations at that institution will close officially later this year. The credit union was placed in liquidation over several years ago. Mr. Belfield says creditors should begin to submit their claims.
We have an important announcement for the members and creditors of the Boetica Cooperative Credit Union Limited. As per my appointment as the liquidator of the Boetica Credit Union by the regulator, the FSU, I have commenced the process of winding up, meaning the credit union will settle its affairs, including paying off debts and distribution of any remaining assets to its members, I wish to take the opportunity to encourage all creditors of the Boitical Cooperative Credit Union to submit your claims and all members to stay informed about the next steps in the liquidation process. For further details or to submit a claim, you can contact me directly at 767-448-4051 or 767-448-2142. Or you can simply send us an email at dculeague@dcsll.org. That is DCU League, League @dcsll.org. Members of the public are asked to note this critical development as the liquidation progresses.
That's the liquidator for the Boitical Credit Union, Felix Belfield. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit says a decision by the United Workers' Party to challenge the Citizenship by Investment program in court could have implications for the program. The UWP announced last week that Trinidad Senior Counsel Anand Ramnogan would file the matter in court to seek answers about the CBI program. Mr. Skerrit says the move in court is an attack against the country.
We have nothing to hide, nothing to worry about. My concern, as I said, is that we don't know what the court is an independent adjudicator. The court could say, well, let us put a stay on the program until the case is heard. You have things like that happening. And my point is, if that were to happen, the implications for all of the projects and programs that are being financed by the CBI. That's my point. And we all will accept, including the supporters of the Workers' Party will accept, that these guys have gone too far in the anti-government campaign and in the efforts to undermine the survivability of this country. At a time when you have a raging war in Russia and Ukraine that is affecting every economy, at a time when Israel is going all the way into Lebanon and creating destabilizing the world, and everybody's concerned about the implications for everything else. At a time when the issue of climate change and finance for climate change that we continue to fight for. And we have seen an increase in the cost of living and the cost of goods on the shelf in every single country in the world. Every government is battling how do we stabilize the prices on the shelves to allow people to have greater access to them. Instead of you articulating a vision for this country, what you're going to do, what are the projects that you're going to be doing, the programs you're going to be doing to create jobs and to reduce poverty and these things. Where is Linton getting the money and Thompson Funk getting the money to pay senior counsel? Who is paying the senior counsel? Who is paying the team of lawyers on the side to fight Dominica?
Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. Minister for National Security Rayburn Blackmore has called for greater visibility of police officers in the communities. His comments came as the police observed Police Week 2024 under the theme Embracing Communities, Building Partnerships for a Better Tomorrow. He says Police Week should have an objective.
It must be used, in my mind, as a springboard to reintroduce yourself to the public and to recultivate that trust and confidence which are critical for your success. And how can we get that done? We are seeing some improvement by ensuring that the police is more visible in the various communities. By ensuring there is not only more visibility, but there is a consistency. And we are going to ensure that we not only actually place emphasis in terms of trying to embrace this community outreach program, which is so important, to ensure that communities in the immediate vicinity of Roseau, the city of Roseau, Central Roma, Emsor, Wallops, the Valley, Kennefield East, can be part of that exercise where the police can try to cultivate that kind of relationship and maybe establish what is so critical in the Community Neighbor Watch program. Because that's critical, because you know, the criminals, some of them are very bright. The people who are living in those areas are working people, so they stay and waiting in the bush and to terrorize those people in those areas. So it's important also for us to ensure that we give the people in those areas that some sense of hope that the police is indeed having their backs.
Minister for National Security Rayburn Blackmore. Police Week activities continue today with the police on Talking Point this morning and Police Talent Night this evening. Cultural groups across the island will take the spotlight this weekend as the Cultural Division hosts its 2024 Cultural Semi-Finals, while the West and Southwest districts will open up the competition later today at the Old Mill Cultural Center. Acting Chief Cultural Officer Ilson Matthew is also encouraging Dominicans to wear anything that depicts the Creole wear on Fridays.
We also have our first Hard Creole Friday this week, with the focus being paille or basket accessories to complement the creative Creole wear. This weekend will also feature our district semi-finals, with the West and Southwest merge competition taking place at the Old Mill at 5 p.m. on Friday. The South at Bellevue at the Bellevue Mall on Saturday at 3 p.m. The North and Northeast merge on Saturday as well at the Will Strathmore Primary School, and the East and Southeast merge on the Grand Four Basketball Court at 3 p.m. on Sunday. Looking forward to seeing the public turnouts in large numbers.
Acting Chief Cultural Officer Ilson Matthew. The Ministry of Finance, Economic Development, Climate Resilience and Social Security has announced that Kenny's J. Green Limited, or KGL, will conduct the pre-feasibility work for the production of green ammonia via the utilization of geothermal energy from Dominica. Well, KGL is a key green energy Caribbean project development or developer. In a press statement, the ministry said that the studies by KGL will include a market assessment for green ammonia in various local, regional and international destinations, including Trinidad and Tobago. The pre-feasibility study is a significant step that reflects Dominica's intent to leverage its geothermal resources for downstream industrial utilization as a critical pillar in the country's economic transformation efforts. The statement added that the partnership with the Trinidad-based company in this endeavor builds on the framework agreement signed between the government of Dominica and KGL to advance Dominica's green industrialization efforts. And on the international, well, that should be news from the region this morning. The Cayman Islands, well, they're planning to hold a referendum on whether to turn possession of small amounts of marijuana into a minor offense. Tourism Minister Kenneth Bryan said there is widespread support among legislators to hold a public vote. If the measure is approved by voters, possession of small amounts of marijuana would be treated like a minor offense, similar to getting a traffic ticket and leading to no criminal record. The Cayman Islands legalized medical marijuana in May of 2017, but recreational use remains illegal. Local laws dictate a prison sentence of up to a year for possession of up to 12 grams of marijuana for a first offense. And on the international scene, the union representing tens of thousands of dock workers across the United States has agreed to suspend its strike while negotiations continue. Members of the International Longshoremen's Association walked out on Tuesday at 14 major ports along the East Coast and Gulf Coast, halting container traffic from Maine to Texas. The union says it has reached a tentative agreement on wages and will go back to work today until the 15th of January, when they will return to the bargaining table to negotiate all other outstanding issues. The action marked the first such shutdown in almost 50 years and threatened to wreak chaos amid the busy holiday shopping season and forthcoming presidential elections. Well, that's the news. Let's recap the headlines. The Dominica Association of Teachers observes World Teachers' Day with a rally at Jubla this morning. The Cayman Islands to ask voters whether to ease marijuana laws, and U.S. port workers have suspended the port strike until January. That's the news. Stay tuned for sports.
The range of King juices are 100% natural with no added sugar. King offers a range of refreshing juices which are enriched with vitamin C and no added preservatives. Delight yourself in one of King's nectars or treat your little ones with a Kinita box drink at a refreshingly low price today. Keen, the juice in our life. Sold at major supermarkets island-wide. Distributed by Fine Foods Inc.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon. Petro Caribe, Petro Caribe.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
One easy loan.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
To upgrade my phone and even my home with one simple loan.
More money.
To have your wedding, to go traveling, to do anything.
More money.
No security. Speed the delivery, just check NBT. Apply anytime. In branch online, it's more money time.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
No collateral.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Speed the delivery.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Just check NBT.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Well, welcome to the Morning Sports Report. Let's bowl off with cricket news, and we're heading straight to the ICC Women's T20 World Cup as the West Indies have opened up their campaign in that tournament. They're taking on South Africa as we speak, and it's not been the best of starts for the West Indies women's team as they're in a bit of a bother there in that opening encounter. Well, South Africa won the toss. They elected to bowl first. The West Indies, they were 92 for 6 after 16 overs. Haley Matthew got 13, Deandra Dottin 13, Haley Matthew got 10, Deandra Dottin 13, and we had Sherman Campbell with 17. Well, the former captain, Stefanie Taylor, is not out on 34 of 30 deliveries. Mulaba has been the one causing the damage for South Africa so far. She has figures of 4 for 29. So that's the West Indies, 95 for 6 now after 16.4 overs. And of course, they'll be looking to set some sort of total that they can defend as they look to pick up a victory in the opening match of their World Cup campaign. Meantime, in results from the opening day yesterday, Pakistan, they got past Sri Lanka by 31 runs, and Bangladesh beat Scotland by 16 runs. Well, let's move on to some football news now, as defender Giles Mitchell is the only change being made to the senior men's national football squad as the team gets set for the next leg of matches in the CONCACAF Nations League next week. Well, the overseas-based Mitchell, who featured in the World Cup qualifiers, will return to the team for the 2 matches against Bermuda in Bermuda. The national team will once again be led by Glenson Prince, with Brielle Thomas serving as his deputy. The full team is Glenson Prince, the captain, Dante Newton, Jerome Burkhardt, Rufus Mpielwi, Giles Mitchell, Erskine Williams, Eustace Marshall, Giovanni Xavier, Kasim Peltier, Marcus Bredas, Jaime Maxime, Brielle Thomas, Kian Thomas, Chad Bertrand, Malachi Bonney, Corbin Paul, Order Laville, Troy Jules, Dante Warrington, Julian Wade, Javid George, Travis Joseph, and Savio Ansem. Well, Dominica split their first 2 matches in the competition, beating Antigua 2-1, but lost to the Dominican Republic 2-0. Dominica sits in 3rd place in Group D with 3 points. The Dominican Republic has 6 points, Bermuda 3 points, and Antigua are yet to get off the mark. In some more football news this morning, well, the New India Goodwill Runners hammered the newcomers South City by 11 goals to move into first place in the point standings in the DFA's Women's Premier League as that tournament continued last night at the DFA Technical Centre. Well, Kasika Samuel got 6 goals and Krisani Peltier added 2 goals as the defending champions ran over South City 11-0. With the win, the Goodwill Runners have moved into first place on 11 points from 5 matches, while the Roosevelt Skerrit Bombers have dropped to second place in the points table with 10 points. The Belfast Estate Mau Soka Strikettes are also in third place on 10 points as well. The Women's League will continue tonight with the Roosevelt Scarlet Bombers taking on the Mighty Avengers at the DFA Technical Center. Let's bring you some more sports this morning. Captain of the national netball team, Galen Seraphin, is hoping that the younger netballers on Island will show more interest in representing the country in future tournaments. Her comments as a number of players didn't show up for training ahead of the recently concluded ECCB International Netball Series. Seraphin says that a number of the younger players were invited but failed to show.
The players that were selected, I can tell you that they were selected based on the last tournament we have, based on the last national team we have. We called a list of about 28 persons for the national training. Now, as we know, we can only carry a horse to the water, we cannot force a horse to drink it. So if you're calling persons for training and they're not showing up for training, you have to work with what you have. What you have may not be the best at that time, but that is what you have. So you have to shape them, you have to mold them and try to get the competitiveness out of the strength out of each player so that we'll have a good team. So if you're called for training and you do not want to show up for training, you're not showing up for training, but then you're on YouTube and you want to say this and that about the team, what is your contribution to make Dominica great?
And that's captain of the national netball team, Galen Seraphin. She said an effort was made to invite as many young players as possible.
Actually, this year the Dominica Association was looking more to get the younger players involved because, as you know, we just have the under 16. We used to have the OECS under 23 tournament, but that is no more. It has evolved into what we know now as the ECCB International Netball Series. So we have that gap in the age. Now we're looking at the younger players because we're trying to look at continuity. We're trying to have not just a netball team for the next 2 years, but maybe for the next 10 or 15 years. Now, young players have been called for training. Now, what the association has been doing, they will reach out to the parents or to the players to find out their interest. If they were selected and they won't come in, we called so many meetings trying to find out why you're not coming to the training or you're really interested in coming to the training. So we try to make an effort. But as I go back, we can only select who comes. So if they choose not to come, you cannot be going behind these players weeks, months, trying to convince them to come to training when clearly they do not have the passion or the motivation to train.
Captain of the national netball team, Galen Seraphin. Let's go back to some cricket news. The Guyana Amazon Warriors captain Imran Tahir says the Warriors don't intend on disappointing their home fans as they head in search of a spot in the finals of the Republic Bank CPL tonight. Well, the defending champions will take on the Barbados Royals in the second qualifier tonight at 7 o'clock for the right to play the St. Lucia Kings in Sunday's final.
Yeah, look, like I mentioned, we are a local team here. We know the conditions better than anyone else. So I think we didn't use it well today. We just need to go back, do that little bit homework on that, come back strongly. And I'm pretty sure we won't let our fans down, come back here on Friday and then give whatever we have and try to win that and meet St. Lucia in the final.
And that's the Guyana Amazon Warriors captain Imran Tahir. Meantime, the Caribbean Premier League, the CPL, has issued an official statement following Tuesday's power outage, which impacted the eliminator match between the Trinbago Knight Riders and the Barbados Royals. There was a loss of power to all three floodlight towers on the eastern side of the Guyana National Stadium, causing a near 2-hour delay. Well, CPL, in their statement, says that within half an hour, 2 of the 3 towers were functioning. However, in the opinion of the on-field umpires, the lighting level made it unsafe for play to continue. Nevertheless, given the importance of the game, both teams were offered the opportunity to continue playing in the reduced lighting. While the Barbados Royals were willing to continue, the Trinbago Knight Riders, as was their right, did not want to carry on playing in conditions which the umpires had decided were unsafe. Initially, a cut-off time of 10:52 p.m. for the start of a minimum 5-over innings, which is required to constitute a game, was communicated to the broadcast. This was subsequently revised to 1 minute after 11 or 11:01 p.m. in account for the time allowed for the interval between innings, which had not been initially included. Well, eventually power was restored to the third floodlight tower at 11:51 p.m. And after making an allowance for enough time for the lights to achieve maximum brightness, the match officials made the decision to restart the game at 11:01 p.m. ensuring that a result could be achieved on the field of play. Well, in the end, Barbados won that encounter by 9 wickets as they successfully chased down the modest target of 60 runs of 30 deliveries. Well, let's go back to some football news as we're down to the final 2 teams in the ACS Tarish United Small Goal Knockout Football Tournament. The league will climax on Sunday with the grand finals.
So the finals for the ACS Tarish United Small Goal League Knockout Cup has been set for Sunday, 6 October from 5:30 p.m., where we will have a veterans game to begin. Then the grand finals will be between One Pot Zone Rouge and Garrison. That game should start at 7 p.m. This is James Javier, League Coordinator for the Tarish United Small Goal League.
Back to cricket news. Cricket West Indies President Dr. Kishore Sharlo says the issue of increasing the term limits for directors and elected members of Cricket West Indies is something that will be looked at seriously in the coming year. Well, the current system provides a 2-year stint. There have been calls to increase the limits to 4 years in keeping with other major sports. Dr. Sharlo says this is something that will be explored following discussions with various stakeholders.
So we will have discussions at the board level and
And we do apologize that we don't have that insert. I will see if we can rectify and bring it to you in another sportscast. Trinbago Knight Riders captain Kieran Pollard believes Nicholas Pooran has the potential to be one of the greatest T20 batsmen in world cricket. His comments follow Pooran's outstanding showing in the 2024 Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League. Pooran ended his campaign with 504 runs with 1 century and 3 half-centuries. He is the tournament's leading run scorer with Quinton de Kock next in line on 438 runs. Well, Pollard says that Pooran's performances with the bat this season have been on a different level.
Proud, the way of where he has come from, as an individual, circumstances that he had to go through, and the dedication and determination he continues to show and give to cricket is paramount, and he's an example, for some of the youths, coming through the ranks in West Indies cricket. If they want to do well, you got to be determined and you got to be disciplined. So again, we had a lot of conversations in the dressing room of how he wanted to play this season. I think he came out and he showed that he is a step above the rest in terms of class and consistency. So we'll take that, as a group. So well played to him. But as I said again, well played to the entire team, the way that we came out and we fought. And I think we fought till the end with the professionalism, especially what we'd have shown, throughout the tournament.
Trinbago Knight Riders captain Kieran Pollard. Jos Buttler will return to captain England for the white ball tour of the West Indies later this month. Buttler missed the recent one-day international and T20 series against Australia due to a calf injury, with Harry Brook and Phil Salt leading the respective sides in his absence. Well, the 3-match ODI series begins in Antigua on the 31st of October, while the 5-match T20 series begins in Barbados on the 9th of November. The England team is Jos Buttler as the captain, Jofra Archer, Jacob Bethel, Jafar Kohan, Sam Curran, Will Jacks, Liam Livingstone, Saqib Mahmood, Dan Mosley, Jamie Overton, Adil Rashid, Phil Salt, Rhys Topley and John Turner. Well, England coming to the West Indies in October with a white ball series. Starts on the 31st of October with the ODI and then with the T20 series on November 9th. Before we say good morning, just a quick update on the World Cup matchup between the West Indies and South Africa. Of course, just 5 more deliveries left in the innings for the West Indies. The West Indies currently 111 for 6 as the captain, Stephanie Taylor, is not out on 43. And she's joined by James, who is not out on 9. So the West Indies are 111 for 6 with 4 more deliveries left to go in the innings as they look to post some sort of total that they can defend as they go in search of a victory against South Africa. Well, that's the DBS Morning Sports. Of course, more sporting highlights for you at 11 o'clock during the morning news update and at 1:28 during the 13:15 news. Until then, I'm Gavin Richards saying good morning.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
One easy loan.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
To upgrade my phone and even my home with one simple loan.
More money.
To have your wedding, to go traveling, to do anything.
More money.
No security. Speed delivery, just check NBT. Apply anytime. In branch or line, it's more money time.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
No collateral.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Speedy delivery.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Just check NBT.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
DBS News. Accurate, up-to-date, professional. We bring you the news of the nation via 3 newscasts, Monday to Saturday at 7 a.m. The DBS Major Morning News, 1:15 p.m. your lunchtime news bulletin, and at 6 in the evening, the DBS Evening News. Call us at 448-4302. Listen on www.dbcradio.net. Don't forget to like our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/DBS Radio. Stay on top of the nation's news with your nation station, DBS. The time now at 7:33 on your Nature Isle. Coming up shortly, we bring you your morning's weather report. Just before we do so, we'd like to remind you of your Kalinago word of the day for today. And today's Kalinago word is Konami. That's Konami. And that's spelled C-O-N-A-M-I. C-O-N-A-M-I. That's a plant that is usually crushed and used to stun freshwater fish. And that plant is called Konami in Kalinago. That's C-O-N-A-M-I. Join us Monday morning, God willing, at roughly 6:47 for another edition of your Kalinago Word of the Day here on your nation station, DBS Radio. Up next, your morning's weather report, made possible compliments the wonderful folks of Flow Dominica Limited and Big Edge Financial.
What's on your back-to-school checklist? Fast, reliable internet, a free Chromebook, a smartphone. With Flow, you can check everything off your list. Sign up for broadband and get 25% off Turbo plus 6 months or free Chromebook while stocks last. And if you need a new phone, our postpaid bundles offer smartphones for just $4. Make back to school easy with Flow. Visit discoverflow.co for details.
At this time, we greet Dane Charles with this morning's weather report. Good morning.
Good morning. This is your weather update from the Dominica Meteorological Service at the Douglas Charles Airport for the 4th of October 2024, recorded at 7 a.m. Today's weather is expected to be fair at first, becoming partly cloudy to cloudy, with some scattered showers and a chance of isolated thunderstorms by afternoon. The conditions at Douglas Charles Airport were fair. The surface winds came from the west at 4 knots or 7 kilometers an hour, and the temperature was 25 degrees Celsius or 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Yesterday's rainfall at Douglas Charles was 0.4 millimeters, and the monthly rainfall so far has been 3.9 millimeters. Sunset today is at 5:52 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow at 5:56 a.m. High tide today at 3:57 p.m. and the next low tides at 9:57 a.m. and 10:41 p.m. And now the weather outlook for Dominica and the Lesser Antilles. A weak high-pressure system is expected to result in a relatively dry atmosphere across the island during the day. However, a surface to low-level trough associated with Hurricane Kirk is expected to linger across the south, moving toward northward by tomorrow. Additionally, light winds and high daytime temperatures are expected to result in an increase in cloudiness, scattered showers, and possible isolated thunderstorms during the afternoon. Major Hurricane Kirk and Tropical Storm Leslie, located in the central Atlantic, continue to be monitored. These systems are expected to remain over open water and pose no direct threat to the region. Northeasterly swells generated by Kirk could reach the area during today. Slight to moderate seas with wave heights reaching up to 7 feet are expected over the next 24 hours. And now the weather forecast for today and tonight. The synopsis: a weak high-pressure system will be the dominant feature. The forecast for today and tonight is fair at first, becoming partly cloudy to cloudy with scattered showers and a chance of isolated thunderstorms by afternoon. The winds are expected to be light and variable, with sea conditions slight to moderate in open water and waves from 1 to 2 meters or 3 to 7 feet. There are no warnings at this time. We are presently in the Atlantic hurricane season. For more information about weather conditions, visit our website at www.weather.gov.dm or call us at 266-4490. For further information, like our Facebook page at Dominica Meteorological Service, follow us on Instagram at Dominica Met, and also on our WhatsApp channel at 618-3469. Reporting from the Douglas Charles Airport, I am Dane Charles.
And we thank Dane Charles for this morning's weather report, made possible compliments the good folks of Flow Dominica Limited and Big Edge Financial.
You've got the edge over your circumstances. Many times there'll be trials to face, at least when it comes to your waning finances. You've got the edge, help is coming your way. You've got Big Edge for those days when you're running low. Big Edge is the place to go. Big Edge, the cash can be in your hand with the easiest payment plan.
Make weather information a part of your daily life. Listen to the weather report after the morning news and at 1:10 p.m. daily on DBS Radio. A message from the Dominica Meteorological Service, your trusted source for weather information.
22 minutes before 8. Up next, we present the general announcements and what's on your community bulletin board, made possible compliments Valley Engineering Sales and Services and the Central Cooperative Credit Union.
Central Cooperative Credit Union is encouraging all members to update their accounts. Members, please present the following at any of our 2 branches. Valid picture ID. This could be a passport, Dominica Social Security card, government-issued ID, such as driver's license or state ID. Proof of address, reflecting your name and current address. This document could be a utility bill, hire purchase document, bank statement, bank reference letter, employment letter, or driver's license. Where your driver's license is presented as a proof of address, you will need to present your passport or Dominica Social Security card as identification. While you are at the branch of your choice, please take the opportunity to update the beneficiary to your account. The purpose of this is to ensure that upon your death, the person whom you so desire will get the proceeds to your account. Please visit our Goodwill or Portsmouth branch today. Our friendly and efficient staff are waiting to serve you.
Flow is going green. As Flow continues to enhance its services and communication with you, the company announces a transition from paper to electronic bills from October 1st, 2024. With Flow e-bills, customers will receive billing information securely and conveniently without any interruptions. From October 1st, enjoy faster and efficient delivery and no more waiting or postal delivery. 24/7 access. Access your bill online anytime. Maintain an eco-friendly environment. Reduce paper clutter. Convenient payment options. Pay via the MyFlow app directly from the link in the email. That's Flow. Customers who are new to e-billing should provide or update their personal contact information with a valid email address. To ensure your personal contact info is up to date, visit any Flow store or you can contact customer service anytime, toll free at 1-800-804-2994. That's 1-800-804-2994. You can also visit discoverflow.co. Flow is keeping you connected. Dowasco informs customers at Mero, London Road, and Cuba Road that their water supply will be interrupted from 8 p.m. today. Right, it seems the time frame for that announcement has expired. The University of the West Indies and the Division of Culture invites all to the Eoli Blah Memorial Lecture on Thursday, October 10 at 7 p.m. at the UE Auditorium. The theme is Dominica's language, Kalinago, Kweyol, Kokoi. This event is free. The public is informed of road closure due to blasting operations at the western part of the terminal area in Wesley. On Saturday, October 5, between the hours of 3:30 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. Please be guided accordingly. It's now 17 minutes before 8. At this time, we've come to the end of this morning's presentation of the general announcements on your community bulletin board. Up next, a few items of what's on.
It is that time of the year. The Ministry of Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development and the Cultural Division presents Cultural Semi-Finals competitions as part of Independence Celebration's calendar of events. The West and Southwest Semi-Finals is set for Friday, October 4th at the Old Mill Cultural Center at 5 p.m. Then on Saturday, October 5th, it's a double header. South Semi-Finals takes place at the Bellevue Shopping